It's getting close to Christmas time, which is one of my favorite times to go out to Goodwill and do some thrifting. So let's go do that. But before we get started, I do have to mention this video is sponsored by Goodwill of Central and Northern Arizona. But I wouldn't do a sponsored video for a company or an organization that I didn't, you know, frequent or use. And to be honest with you, a lot of this collection here, all this cool rad stuff you're looking at, was acquired at Goodwill doing some thrifting. So let's go look for some cool stuff, some Christmas decorations, and some presents.
Alright, off to the first of 3 Goodwill stores that I went to. And 3 is usually the standard number I go to. And always check the cases first when I walk in. And there's a Blue Yeti microphone. That's a really cool find, and I grabbed that. I can always use an extra microphone. But nothing else really interesting in the case, though. And then over here we've got the Christmas trees, like the pre-lit ones, and the lawn decorations. I was actually considering grabbing some of the lawn decorations, but they didn't exactly match what we have going on in our front yard, but we are on the lookout for those, and those were pretty decent. And here's a pre-lit Christmas tree that looked like it was in pretty good shape, and these seem to go pretty quickly. This one was sold, and that's a pretty good deal actually, based upon some of the ones I've looked at recently, and that looked just as good as some that I've seen at Target and stuff. And over in the electronics section, I found a little portable Radio Shack CB radio. Not something I need, but I always like finding Radio Shack stuff. And also a Sony boombox. Again, not something I needed, but I have one similar to that, and I do like it quite a bit. Got a OG Xbox here. E-machines, remember them? I always make sure to go look at the VHS tapes too, because that is something I collect. And I found a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Sky Turtles. This is one of those Burger King Kids Club VHS tapes. I actually have the whole set of these, so I don't need it, but that's still cool to find. And then over on the other side near there is the video games. A lot of PS2 sports games, nothing I need. But I did find a PS1 2 Extreme sports game, and these Extreme sports games are kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, so I grabbed that because that's one I don't have. And then that's not what I was trying to grab. Let's put that back. I was trying to grab this because I saw it said Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it was just an expansion pack. I'm actually looking for the just the game itself, so we'll put that back. If that was a cassette, I would have grabbed that. But speaking of cassette tapes, that's something else I always take a look at. Found a copy of Chicago's Greatest Hits. And yeah, I'm gonna grab that. All kinds of weird. See some Amy Grant there. Elvis, not something I need. Then I found Ice Cube. Definitely gonna grab that. There's the wall of Disney VHS tapes. What's this down here? Kazam, you shouldn't be on the bottom. And here's something interesting. If you want to open your own nail salon, they've got the chairs for it here at Goodwill. Now on to location number 2. And let's see what we got. Some Legos down here. And Spice Girls Super Stage. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. I want you to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Eh? And over here, there was some Annie toys, and I actually know somebody who's an Annie fan, so I'm going to grab this. And it was actually half price day when I visited this store, so I got this for half off. That was a good deal. What? Grabbing that. That's something I've always wanted to have, and then I kept looking, and I found a old school football game for the PC. This is an old DOS game. Look at how cheap that is. Definitely going to grab that. And then also found this copy of Microsoft Plus, and I was going to grab this, but unfortunately it turned out the disc wasn't in there, and I didn't need an empty box, so I actually put that back after I was checking out. Over here we got some more video games, some GameCube, PS2, a lot of Xbox 360 stuff showing up at Goodwill, and lots of Wii stuff too, and a lot of times you find some hidden gems in there, but nothing I needed today. You got your PC software. And wait, what's this? A copy of Alone in the Dark. This is something else that I've been looking for a very long time, and I nearly hyperventilated when I found it. And a copy of Madden Football Limited Edition for the PC, something else that I didn't have. And at that price, you can't turn that down. So of course I got to keep digging, because you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. But that is actually it for stuff I needed. But the Rainbow Six and Warcraft chests, I left those there for others because I didn't need them. But that's cool stuff too. And also something important here is I found this floppy disk holder over here with like the Tupperware and the cups and stuff, and it's important, I think, to always look everywhere at Goodwill, because sometimes you find stuff in the most random places. And looking over in the electronics, found a lot of Wii attachments, and then I saw a Radio Shack logo. And this is a little Radio Shack draw poker electronic game. That's pretty cool. And then a travel spirograph, which is something I had as a kid. And for that price, not going to say no to that either. So, having a pretty good day so far at Goodwill. Then over here, a lot of Blu-ray players, DVD players. And then I saw this old-looking box back here. This is interesting. This is an old-school antenna for they called those rabbit ears back in the day. That's really cool to see an old box like that. Not something I need, but cool to see. Austin Powers talking head keychain. Unfortunately, this did not work. It probably just needed batteries. I was really hoping it would work though, so I could get some footage of it. But again, not something I need, but that's pretty cool. What are you thinking about? Just gargoyle things. Clearly this is still left over from Halloween. That was kind of funny to see over in the toy section. And then this was a good deal too. I actually saw these same penguins at Home Depot for like 3 times that much. Again, not something I need. It doesn't match the motif we're going for in our front yard, but that was cool to see. Just like this little Santa's list decoration thing here. Again, doesn't really match the decor we have going in our house, but I was tempted to grab this, but I didn't. I left it for somebody else. Tons of Christmas stuff though. Like I said, I'm out on the lookout for Christmas decor, because we definitely could use some more of that for our house. And then I found this, a little town series, one of those little ceramic light up village house things. I'm a sucker for these, and I've got a few already, and this one was in pretty good shape, and it was really cheap, and it was half off, so again, not going to say no to that. Grab that. And this store had a really big selection of pre-lit Christmas trees, but a lot of these had sold tags on them. And here's our third Goodwill store, and I went and did some night thrifting here. And again, looking at the case right off the bat, there's a Super Game Boy in there. Not something I need, but it was only $10, and that's a pretty good price. But I left it for somebody else. Got an old Wii in there, and an old PC gamepad. It looked kind of interesting, and I almost grabbed it, but I didn't. Some of these I did grab, though. Here's some Dreamcast games. And once again, an extreme sports game, and not one that I have, so I grabbed that. And I already have these 2 games, though. And you got to keep looking to see what these unmarked cases are, but they were not anything that I needed. Lots and lots of PS2 games. Including, here's a weird thing. Barbie, 12 Dancing Princesses, and there's 2 copies of it. That's kind of an obscure game for 2 copies of it to be a Goodwill. That's weird. Spotted a PS1 game here. Mary Kate and Ashley Magical Mystery Mall. Says mall in the name. Gotta grab that and see what it is. Even, you know, just for a couple of bucks, even if it's complete garbage. Which I'm sure it is. It'll be worth the entertainment for a few dollars. Then I found this old multimedia encyclopedia. I'm a sucker for these old Windows encyclopedia stuff like this in Encarta because it's just funny to see, you know, how current they are. So, you know, for a few dollars, grab that too for some entertainment value. Lots of other interesting PC games here, but nothing I needed. Diablo 2, that's a great game. And I found this Pokemon Coliseum strategy guide. And I'm actually going to grab this as a gift for somebody because I know a huge Pokemon fan. And gosh, for that price, yeah, definitely going to grab it. Then I went over to peruse the VHS tapes. And look at that, Spaceballs. There's one I don't have. For 50 cents, gonna grab that. And then over to the cassette tapes. I found something that interested me, not Barbra Streisand, but Dire Straits. Money for Nothing. Definitely gonna grab that. And we actually listened to that in the truck, Mark and I, on our way to go film them all recently. Now onto this store's Christmas decorations, I found a skiing gnome, and he looks a lot like David the Gnome. You guys remember David the Gnome? Definitely gonna grab that. And then over in the plushie area, look who I found. It's Dizzy Devil from Tiny Toon Adventures. That was a show that I loved when I was a kid. This thing is really old. I don't really have a place for him, but that's really cool to see. And look at that, another Radio Shack logo. This is Radio Shack Electronic Sea Battle. And this is a clone of Battleship, basically. I did not know this existed. I had to take a look at this. That is just a straight up ripoff of Battleship from Radio Shack. Didn't really have room for it, but that was cool to find as well. And then I found some sealed Star Wars toys. Kind of a cool looking Yoda there. And then Qui-gon Jinn, quite possibly the crappiest Jedi. Can't even save Anakin's mom. Could have just force slammed Watto around. I know mind tricks don't work. God, he sucks. Don't get me started. Anyways, I found this interesting looking vacuum here. It said 1950 all-purpose cleaner. I don't think this vacuum's actually from 1950, but it was very interesting and industrial looking. I know there are, like, you know, vacuum cleaner people out there, so if you know anything about this, let me know down in the description. But that was weird. And over here we have the graveyard of New Year's Eve resolutions. We see lots of used exercise equipment. A lot of times gently used exercise equipment at Goodwill. And lastly, here's a very interesting picture that I kind of regret not grabbing. And here is part of my haul anyways. You can see some of the old PC games and software there. Travel Spirograph. Definitely going to have fun with that later on. The weird Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen mall games, some Dreamcast and PS1 games. The microphone is not pictured here because I forgot about it, and the cassette tapes were in my truck. So, but here's most of my haul, including that little decorative village house thing that I got. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching and Merry Christmas. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey, thanks for checking out this Goodwill video. If you enjoyed it, I've got a playlist here of some of my other Goodwill videos, and also a playlist of some of the regular Retail Archaeology episodes. Also, if you like this one, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And as always, thanks for watching.